So, hello everyone. I'm happy to see you all. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is the last panel of today's Brave New Media Forum. I hope you met a lot of nice people here. And for you all watching is from online, I hope you're just having a great time. So today I will speak with some of my guest influencers about mental health and how are they dealing with it, how it affected their careers and all. So my first guest will be Enea, TikToker from Serbia. Can we see her promo video before we start speaking?
Hi everyone, my name is Enea Radulovic. I live in Belgrade, Serbia, but I was born in Italy, and when I was 5 years old, I moved with my family to Belgrade. I am 20 years old, and I mostly film content on TikTok. It's usually something funny, like a sketch or a parody or something like that. And I'm also studying to become an airline pilot, which is very difficult. I would love to combine my love for making videos with my love for flying, and hopefully I will do that in the future soon. I am very excited to work with everybody on this project and meet everybody, and I'm sure we will have a blast and make something great. Bye.
Hi, Enea.
Hi.
So, considering you got a really big following in a short amount of time, how do you feel about it? Is it like a blessing or a curse to become famous in a short time?
Well, actually, it has only done good things for me now. It was very unexpected because I was making like very stupid videos and I never expected like to get a big following. But I'm sure it influences people differently. But for me, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our next guest will be a YouTuber from Serbia, Yasserstein.
Kako si kažem, dobro sam, šta drugo reći svaki dan. Možda mi samo ostaje da im tu kažem. Evo, ide. Ako im kažem kako sam, kako se stvarno osjećam, šta će mi reći, bojim se, unapred znam sve replike.
Ne baš dobro.
Umorno, vrlo. Ja, na primjer, sebe uhvatim da kažem sebi, ja, imaš već 15 godina, nisi ništa uradila. Otprilike. Iako kao imam vremena da uradim još ne znam ni ja šta. Počela sam sebi na momente da računam vreme, kao koliko sam šta uradila. To je malo baš bolesno i to moram da sredim, ali da.
Najteže je stvar zapravo suočiti se sami sa sobom. Još naročito u tinejdžerskom periodu kada ni vi ne znate. Mislim, čovjek se traži čitav život i vi ne možete očekivati da ćete vi biti kompletna osoba sa 16 godina. Nećete, niti treba da budete. Tek se istražujete, tek gradite i svoje stavove i vrednosti i to se mijenja.
Da se ne postavljaju prevelika očekivanja za decu.
Očekuju da se ponašamo kao odrasli, a tretiraju nas kao decu.
Šta vam fali, još ste mali?
Ne nismo.
Nemate problema, samo znanje nema.
Gladni smo.
Sram vas bilo, sram vas bilo.
How are you, bro?
How am I? I'm feeling kind of better because I've changed my surroundings in the past couple of days.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see familiar faces in person. So thank you for that.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad. When I said promo video from Yasserstein, I expected you to sing the song. Why you don't sing in your songs?
Well, I've been filming for 13 years, and ever since I've started doing it on YouTube and on the internet, I always imagine myself behind the camera.
Yeah.
And everything that you've seen now, it's a small insert from a 40-50 minute documentary that I did with young people from elementary schools and high schools in my city, Novi Sad in Serbia. And they co-directed and wrote everything. So it meant a lot for me to have that experience with them and to kind of guide them into being informed and then create content that communicates all generations and breaks gaps in a way. Yeah. Yeah. I was singing at the end, the mustache, it comes off.
I wanted to ask, like, why it came off. Like, why
No,
you
the
don't-
mustache comes off. That was me with the hat and the piano, you know. But yeah, was that a question? Why does it come off? Because I can't grow a beard. You know?
Aw.
No, I can't. No.
Okay, it's a nice song. I really like the song. So our next guest will be an influencer from Albania, Xheni Hattillari.
Hello everyone, my name is Xheni Hattillari and I greet you from Tirana, Albania. I've been a youth worker for 10 years now, working with several issues that tackle the youth lifestyle and all their problems. I come from a medical background which has given me the opportunity so far to work in the mental health field and youth problems all these years. I had 3 years ago the opportunity to establish this vlogcast on YouTube with a co-host, which was named Gosposhti, which means a good girl to marry with, and tackles the stigma and the stereotypes of how women and young girls should be in our society.
Hello, Jenny.
Hi.
Like your last name, I pronounced good.
Yes, you did, and I'm so proud of you right
Yeah,
now.
she came to me before the panel and she really tried hard to teach me how to say her last name, so I was good.
You
Yeah.
did great.
Thank you very much. I saw the show and I was like, I don't really feel like those kind of shows are like really usual thing on YouTube. It's like more usual to see it on a TV or something. So is it a struggle to do that kind of a show on YouTube for you?
It is. It was in the beginning very much when we started. We were not famous in Albania, so for two not famous girls, it was kind of difficult to address the audience properly. And later on, we had to fight with the stigma as well, not being on television because we did not want to do what television, traditional media asks us to adjust our content. So it was a little bit in the beginning. Now it's not. We know our audience right now, and we can address each topic we talk about in our show.
Yeah, nice. It's really a great show.
Thank you.
So our last guest for today is a TikToker from Montenegro. Big applause for Bojanče.
Šta za vas označava uspjeh? Biti uspješan u nečemu ili biti sretan? Da li biste prije poželjeli da imate sve što poželite, ali da vučete traume od djetinjstva, ili biste samo željeli da se oslobodite isti? Kada bi nekog pitali ko je zapravo Bojanče, oni bi vjerovatno pomislili ali ko je zapravo Luka? Rođen 1998. godine u Podgorici, Crnoj Gori, djetinjstvo pamtim kao jedan od najljepših perioda mog života. ali sve se promijenilo onda kada sam upisao osnovnu školu. S obzirom da cijel život živim sa Tourettovim sindromom, bio sam jako zanimljiv u staloj djeci. Ali ne u pozitivnom smislu, već u onom negativnom, protiv čega se i dan danas borim. Da nepunih 10 godina doživio sam totalni preokret u svom životu. Bio sam žrtva psihofizičkog vršnjačkog nasilja. Ljudi su uvijek govorili da je školsko doba ono najljepše doba u našem životu i da se upravo tu rađaju najljepše uspomene. A za mene je to vrijeme označavalo traumu sa doživotnim posljedicama.
Bojanče asked me to speak in his native language because he's more comfortable to speak in it, and I am good with it. Like, I am sure that he will share with us really important informations about his career and his journey, so thanks for understanding that. And also, while he's talking in his native language, I will translate the important things that he said. So just please speak and then give me a little pause to explain.
Okay.
So my question for you, you understand in English, I can ask in English.
Yeah.
My question for you is, when you gained 1 million followers all around your social medias, did something change about that way people are looking at you now?
Before all, I want to say, everyone, I'm sorry because I speak on my own language, Serbo-Croatian, and možemo da krenemo.
We can.
Kako pa, s obzirom da sam sve ovo proživio, gdje sam, u ovome samo rekao nekih 1%, vremenom sam dobio tu sociofobiju, strah, od javnosti, od kad je puno ljudi oko mene i iskreno volim cijelu moju publiku što me prati i što su mi izgradili, ali jednostavno više volim tu neku kućnu varijantu, više volim da se ne krećem previše po gradu, gdje ima puno ljudi, tako da u jednu ruku volim to, a u drugu ruku me čini nervoznim.
Yeah, so he likes the way people are looking at him now, but also he likes his privacy, and he actually likes to stay at home and not really enjoy that much of that fame that he got from all his following. Thanks for your answer. So now we can... Yeah. So, mental health is the topic for today, and I wanted to ask a first question for all of you. So, mental health is finally becoming an important topic to talk about, even around youngsters. So, but social medias are also becoming popular, and a lot of people are becoming new internet superstars. So, because of that, actually, mental health is again rising as a problem. So my question for all of you is, how does social media influence on your mental health? We can start from you. So.
Yes, of course it does. It does affect our mental health in many dimensions, let's say. First of all, when we talk about mental health, we usually focus on the impact that social media has to the audience, and we neglect somehow the effect that content creators have on it. Either you have a wide audience or not, you have to create content and sometimes put in that kind of pressure on you to achieve all the deadlines you put on yourself. It affects your mental health. This is being an influencer and creating content is not my full-time job. I have another one, which causes me a lot of stress when I have to create content and requires a lot of work to put into to achieve what I want for my audience.
Yeah. You have something?
Well said. I mean, I will just put something on that topic because everything you said, I feel you. When it comes to like creating content and consuming content online, I mean, I'm speaking from my situation, but knowing a lot of my colleagues who started at a very young age, it's usually like that. Content creators are statistically more likely to be younger, maybe underaged, when they start making content on the internet. It's a way, a method of expressing themselves and gathering people to communicate with. That's something that started the conversation on social media. Communities are formed like that, where you find people like your friends that you've never met, but you think that you know them for years. And it can really be a beautiful thing, but also how it affects my personal mental health as a creator. I can only now speak in my experience, that if I don't work on me as a person alongside creating content and making a figure on the internet, it can be destructive. It can be destructive for the people that are watching the content and for yourself. So I kind of felt for a long period of time that I was trying to give people something that I can't even give myself. That is like happiness. You know, you try to give that to the audience, and you, but if you're not okay, then it's like, it can be nice to reach out, and if you feel better, then the things that you do, you'll have the answers, and not just try to, how do you say, push down all the things that you have and to act out on the internet as a creator, but to not use it only as a filter to gain some validation. You don't need the validation. You're there to not only present content, but present different perspectives, you as an individual and as a part of a community. Sorry for going everywhere, but yeah.
That's a good answer.
Okay, so I used to have the problem. I would compare myself to the people, like, oh, she has this, I don't have this. Oh, why is he living a better life than me if I'm doing the same thing? And I would do that, and then I wouldn't be, I wasn't grateful for the things I already had. So that used to be a big impact on the way I felt. But when I got over it, usually I just try to focus on the things that are good, like on the positive side of filming, on the things that I get from filming, like content creating. So yes, now I'm fine with it. It doesn't impact anymore.
Yeah. You want to add something?
Prije svega bih htio da samo spomenem, kao što sam u videu rekao, o važnosti Touretovog sindroma i šta je to zapravo, jer većina ljudi ne zna šta je zapravo. To su uglavnom tikovi koje jednostavno rodimo se s tim, ili od nekog šoka, od nekog stresa ih možemo dobiti. Međutim, s obzirom da ljudi nisu toliko upućeni u isto to, nažalost se dešava ovo što se i dešava, da se dešavaju vršnjačka nasilja i zbog čega sve ovo govorim? Zato što upravo to spajam sa svojim snimanjem. Ja dok upalim kameru, ja mogu da izdržim da ne uradim apsolutno nijedan tik. Međutim, sve to vremenom sustigne. Kapiraš? U suštini, sad dok pričam s vama mogu da istrpim, ali čim kući dođem, automatski ću napade da imam. Napadi koji prosto ne mogu da se kontrolišu i to je jednostavno, mogu reći, poremećaj bez lijeka. Tako da li je to iko primijetio, nije do sad niko, prati me skoro 1 milion ljudi, da apsolutno niko ne zna da imam zapravo Touretov sindrom i da i zbog toga želim da u budućnosti, jel to od sad pa nadalje, se borim za upravo protiv toga i protiv nasilja osnovano na istom, jel te?
Yeah. So he was talking about his situation with Tourette's syndrome, and that he is not really feeling comfortable to show it in the videos, because nowadays people will, some people will not be respectful for it, and maybe will write some comments that can't really be good for creator, and also for people that are watching those kind of videos that are having the same situation or a similar situation, they will feel bad for it. So that's the reason why he is trying to not show it in the videos, and all of his followers, near 1 million followers, didn't see that in his videos, and that's the reason why he's not showing that. But as an influencer, he will give his best to change it and to make it normal, to show everything like with what you were born, and nobody to judge you for that. So a little applause for that.
Thank you.
It's really nice. My question for you, Xheni, will be about a negative effect of influencers. So we all are influencers here, and we all post things daily, and some of our things can affect people really nice, like positive impact, but also some things maybe affect them a little bit negative. So what are some negative effects of influencers?
First, I think we should state the definition of what we call an influencer, because in many countries, and as it happens in mine, usually influencer is only someone who sells products online and just does that. For me, an influencer is someone who has crafted messages for their own audience and has a wider impact in the community for community development and stuff like that. On the other hand, we have seen many people becoming named influencers, and usually we're now talking about the free speech, and they usually share messages that are not well crafted for the audience. We often forget that sometimes our audience might be minors who access that information and are able to repost it or implement in their lives. So we have to be very careful wherever we share any kind of harmful information. And on the other hand, often influencers, on my perspective, are not much credible for the audience because usually their messages are spread all over the place and contradict each other. And I think the negative effect comes from these both things. The fact that usually influencers are not that credible to the audience and they don't have well-crafted messages. This often causes misperception in younger audiences and sometimes creates stigma towards different communities, as Luca mentioned, even with those who are more vulnerable towards any kind of message.
Yeah, I think also reason for it is that hustle culture is now like really popular, and I mean that's the reason why daily upload became so popular. And for example, you have a big YouTube show, and you also have like a big production YouTube videos, so you're not posting daily. There is really like a popular question for you, kad će novi video Yasser, which means when your new video is coming. So, but on a TikTok, it's a really popular thing to upload every day, maybe even twice, three times a day. So my question for you, Bojanče, and also you can add something because you are posting on TikTok. When you want to post daily, how it feels to film a video and to try to send some positive energy to make someone's day, but you are not feeling like it, and you are not feeling like you yourself don't have a good day that day.
Da. Naravno, kao i za sve, tako i za ovaj posao postoje dobri dani i loši dani. Međutim, pokušavam da izbjegavam, kad nisam u modu, pokušavam da izbjegavam da snimam išta, jer jednostavno publika strašno osjeti energiju. Može da bude najzanimljiviji video, ako nema energije, jednostavno neće biti zanimljiv i tu će dosta doći do hejt komentara i svega, dok postoji šansa i da ukoliko je obrnuto, na primjer, ukoliko snimite fenomenalan loš video, mislim video lošijeg sadržaja, sa nekom pozitivnom energijom, tu će biti jako lijepih komentara, svega, pregleda jer ljudi će jednostavno biti zadovoljni. Tako da, moj savjet, a i ono što zapravo ja radim, jeste da izbjegavate te dane.
Yeah. And now maybe you can translate what he said and add something.
So he said the same thing I wanted to say. He avoids filming when he's feeling like under the weather. And yeah, I need to hype myself up if I'm like feeling down. I can't film. Like if I'm really like energized, I can film like 5 videos in a day. But if not, then 0 videos for a week.
Yeah. Okay. Now, moving from TikTok to YouTube again, Milan, you have the oldest channel, not only here on a panel, but like in our country also, one of the oldest YouTube channels. So you had experience, you had a chance to deal with all the negative things that one influencer lives with. Also, it means like fighting for your mental health to be normal while all the comments are coming and all the reactions. So my question is for you, is there a difference now, like, I don't know, 13 years, 10 years, 13 years? Now, like 2022 or maybe 2015, 16, how to deal with your mental health, what to do? Did you change something?
Well, because I post stuff on YouTube, I have a gallery of my mental health on YouTube, yeah. It kind of hurts to see some of the content, because now, when I look at it, I can see that I was not okay in certain situations, but I can pinpoint why was that the situation then, like in 2015 or 2010. I grew up alongside my peers, surrounded by content and people who, I don't want to say suppressed, but had the culture of when you feel something that's not your best day, that you just put it in the art, or just go out with your friends, which can really be good at times, but is not good in long terms. So I always use videos to express my comedic and creative juice, and think that will fix everything in my life. And like in 2000, I don't know, 17 was the first time or 2018 was the first time I told my parents that I want to go to therapy, which was a taboo at the time to even say, because saying that you want to go to therapy is mostly considered that you're crazy, you're nuts, you need to be on pills, and it's viewed that way in society. And what I've learned through that experience is that therapy is not only for days when you're not feeling okay. Therapy is something like revisiting a muscle. Like it can be an exercise for your head, and revisit that. And there are different types of therapy, and the whole look on it. And like to go back to the subject and how it's communicated on social media when it comes to talking about social health, mental health, and health in general, it's mostly generalized. Like for me as an influencer to say, trust me, if you go to therapy, that will fix all your problems. That's an irresponsible thing to say, because not everyone will have equal experience. Not every therapist is for an individual, and not everyone has the same situation. It's something that you as a creator have a responsibility to go through as an education before saying anything about that topic, because it's very dangerous for you, a person who didn't study psychology or are not an expert in a topic, to be saying that to a wide audience, impressionable audience. It doesn't matter the age. And it's something that is changing, and I'm very glad to be surrounded by people who are experts, or who are reaching out to experts, professors, professionals in their field, to create content with them that is truly inspiring, and everyone is using their form of creating content with help of professionals to create content and to communicate to people and to reach out in that way. And I think that's a beautiful change that we're seeing, yeah.
Thanks for sharing your story about that. We already came deep into topic about mental health, so I would use a chance to ask you guys if anybody of you wants to ask something our panelists now. Like, if somebody wants, he or she can just raise a hand and ask. If we don't have questions now, maybe later. I don't see any questions.
We have a question.
We have? Okay. Wait for the mic, please.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm Dusan Vukovic. I'm also a YouTuber for like 7-8 years. I've dealt with lots of stuff, and I share lots of stuff that those guys are doing. I'm just curious about the thing, like how do you guys deal with negative comments? Because I know there are negative comments. Like, how does it personally affect you? Do you like brush it off, or do you just think about it? Because some of them really put effort in it to find some insecurity of yours, and then expose it. Like, what's your like mental, I would say, like mental, like routine, I would say, to deal with that?
Does anybody?
Somebody wants to answer?
I mean, I don't like to start answers like this, but it depends. It depends on the individual and the content and the comments. What really helps is having someone to talk to who's maybe in a similar situation, and you exchange your experiences. That's something that really helped create internet community here. That we all didn't know each other in person, but we felt like we knew each other for 10 years because we are going through the same routine, being in the same field. And that's something that definitely helps having support in that way. Not support in saying like, don't let that bother you, but actually hearing and knowing that you're not alone in this situation. And I think that everyone who is on social media or is in a neighborhood, I'm talking about offline criteria as well, talking about gossip at school, gossip at work, and family, and surroundings, can relate to. It really helps to know that you're not alone in the situation, and I think we can all relate to that.
Yes, I would maybe add, like he said, it's good to make a circle of people that understands you. When we all started, we all got negative comments, like primarily from people that knows us, people from our neighborhood, and then the reason for it just made me make new friends from like YouTube scene and all, and that's the reason why now, after 8-9 years, I have friendships that last like 9 years, just because I got some negative comments. So negative comments don't really need to affect you negatively. You just need to find a right way to use that energy that they gave you and just to use it in some other way. Make friends or like make better videos. Negative comments can also be like criticism, not just hate speech. So there is also a way to make good things out of negative comments.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't deal with any bad comments. My therapist does. She does handle that. But on the other hand, what Nemanja said before, it is very crucial. When you try to tackle any kind of taboo in your content, as we do, these bad comments are usually PR, and it helps. For example, we had a campaign named Photo Boob. It was about breast cancer, and I saw a lot of comments like, this is the boob girl, which was not the name I want to be named, but still we used that as a campaign to address breast cancer issues, and it was kind of a way to spread further the message, and it was important and the best way we could find at the moment.
Yeah, nice. I would add, I have a prepared question for Enea that can connect to this topic. So like, if you guys know what is POV videos, like point of view videos, Enea is one of the most popular creators in our country for POV videos. And you're acting like different characters that are like the most popular characters like in our society. So sometimes you get negative comments for acting like someone else. And my question would be, is it better to be yourself in the videos and like get negative comments for that, or to get negative comments for different characters that you act? I mean, not is it better, but like what is easier to deal with?
Okay, so I know you get hate no matter what, even if you act like yourself, even if you make like POV videos. I even like when I'm scrolling on TikTok, I see a cooking video and the person gets so much hate. Like people tell them to do like to kill themselves because they made an apple pie a certain way. So like when I first started filming, I would really obsess like over like good comments and bad comments. I would like find the person on Instagram and I would just scroll through their Instagram. And then, like, after a time, I kind of got used to it. So, like, I know, like, those comments are not important. And I've really focused on, like, the positive side and, like, try to, like, blur it out. Because you will always get hate. You just need to understand, like, to value the positive comments. And maybe if there's, like, negative comments, but if they're said in a good way, you could use it to improve yourself.
Yeah. It's a good way of using negative comments. So some of us, our listeners, are for sure parents and have friends that are also parents. So my question for you, anybody can answer, is what parents should know when to focus more on mental health of their kids? Like how to see when it's time to like, okay, let's talk about mental health, my dear kid. What should you do? How to deal with it?
I think I'm not a psychologist, but I'm a doctor. And regarding on my background, medical one, I know that for fact a child or a young adult shows signs of mental health issues in many ways. One is the way he communicates or chooses to communicate, either what kind of nature shows in front of his parents or the society, and on the other hand, usually there are physical signs as well. So just try to be careful and observe your child or your teenage child around, see how he reacts and how his physical and attitude shows about his own health being.
Yeah, thanks. We have a question.
Yes, my question is, how would you communicate difficult topics on social networks, especially, let's say, political ones, if you have any advices?
Yeah. May I?
Of course.
I myself, as a young man of 25 years, now I'm 28, I've never really considered myself a person who is interested in politics by using the phrase, oh, that's just, I can't control that, or I don't feel smart enough. If I dive in the topic of politics and other serious topics with people who are in that field, I might appear as a person who's not valid for that communication. And I've been part of a project, Inet, which is a project that involves multiple countries discussing very important topics. And our topic was in Serbia about skepticism, Euroscepticism per se. And that's a project that I'm very grateful for, because it not only introduced me to the topic of politics and the situation in our country and in countries that were involved in the project, but showed me that me as a content creator who lives surrounded by creators and the audience and validation, think that, okay, I don't need school, I finished or studied at the arts, and me as a creator, I need to know my audience, and that's my thing, I'm just a creator, and show me, no man, in order to really know where you're living, what's the situation, not only know your audience, but know the planet Earth. You should be informed. I mean, I'm here talking about it right now, and I will feel, thank you for this question, because you said politics. Other than going for the play and knowing the history of like the European Union, how it was formed and what it went through, what's the situation in our country, is it or is it not getting the European Union, and all of those complicated questions, and hearing all the answers, it made me feel more secure, because I kind of found myself in a similar situation as most of my young audience, is that they feel discouraged when they don't know how to express themselves, and they feel discouraged when they don't know something. I'm glad that this panel is in English, because it's easier for me to communicate in English, because not in Serbia, I don't have that many people to talk to about these topics. So it's easier for me, a person who was informed through the internet, through people from all of these countries who have that education. It really helps me to clarify things in my head. So when I'm put in a situation to talk, or maybe just shut up about it and let someone else who's more credible talk about it, and know where I stand, and not to just say it doesn't concern me, it does concern me. Having that point of view about any serious topic is very important, but not everyone should be brave enough to say something about it. But, you know, I mean, I suffer from a lot of anxiety, and I have a diagnosis and everything, and I don't talk about every serious topic just because of that, but I redirect when someone asks me a very serious topic. There are portals, there are journalists, there are very controlled media the fact checkers who do provide that for our country and for our society, we redirect to those links where they can be informed. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a question from another influencer from Latvia. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you want to ask.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Marija Mežote. I'm from Latvia. I'm a film director, fresh influencer, and I'm also a teacher in Latvia, so I meet young people all the time. And my question for you is, for sure in your career you had a point when you felt that you really changed as a person, your character, and when you make content for years and you reach this point when you feel so changed, how are you dealing with this when your auditory notices that you're changed? And also, how do you deal with that you feel you need to change your content?
Does someone want?
So my answer to all your question is therapy, first of all. Please do that, guys. Yeah, it's therapy. It's a lot of self-help. There was a moment when I started Godsposhpi, my YouTube channel, that I found myself changed. My ideas about several topics were changed from the person I knew before. So to handle that, you need a lot of communication with a trusted person. And on the other hand, it's a self-journey. You have to take the journey on your own. And I don't, because I'm following the conversation and I don't want to portray us as victims, as we're tired of this. We love being influencers, and I think we do it greatly, of course. But there is as any other venue, when you try to implement your passion, it has its own struggles, and it's a journey where every day you learn something about yourself, and let's hope through that journey you become a better version of yourself and not like a less perfect version of it.
Yeah, when they say, yeah, applause for that, thank you.
Oh.
I just want to add a little thing. When people say that I've changed, I say thank you. Because when I look back at myself a couple of years ago, I can say 2 years ago, and when I look at myself now, I love this me more than my previous me. But I also do love the previous me as well, you know, but I love all versions of myself, but I'm glad that I'm going in this direction. I feel more happy with the things that this experience has brought to not only to me as a person, but has brought to the whole community, like the fact that you can look back on your like Facebook statuses and everything. Facebook says 9 years ago you posted this status. I'm like, everyone's changed. They've changed as the audience. When they viewed some things, they were 13, and now they're 23. Of course, they've changed as well. I mean, it's. I just say thank you. Thank you for noticing. Yeah.
Yes, I had really good 2 questions for the end, but sadly we don't have much time more. So the questions were, what were your worst days in your career and how you dealt with it? And also, what were your best days? So I will ask you that, but after the panel, and all of you who are live on BNMF can hear that. That's a really good reason for you that are not live on BNMF now to come maybe tomorrow and or the next year, so you can hear the questions that couldn't be asked on panel, in the hall and all the networking areas on BNMF. So I will say thank you very much for coming to this panel. It was really nice. Thank you. It was really nice to hear all of your stories. And thank you all for staying till the end of first day. See you tomorrow on a second day of BNMF. And somebody wants to say goodbye or something, I don't know.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Subscribe and follow, yeah.
Subscribe.